a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. Say what's up to the people, Coco.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Man, welcome back. Yeah, man, shout out to y'all for joining us tonight. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Likes are free. Man, stop being stingy with them likes, man. Stop being stingy with them likes, man. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Also, man, hit that subscribe. Help us grow the platform. For all my YouTube folks out there, hit that subscribe. And also, man, hit that share, man. Like I said, we want to get these great conversations out to as many of our people as possible so that we can move us in a better direction. Yeah, but for my YouTubers, man, definitely hit them notifications. So you know when we drop content, you know what I'm saying? You know when we go live. Well, hold on one sec. A little noise or something. Yeah, some like a little noise.
I think it's coming from your side. I've heard it before.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm not sure what that is. We'll see if we can figure it out. Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, shout out to y'all for joining us tonight, man. Like I said, once again, we back with another conversation on this Wednesday night on the Kandid Konvos, doing what we do. So we appreciate y'all checking in with us tonight, you know what I'm saying, joining us on the platform. Let me check these comments, see what we got checking in. Shout out to my guy Donovan in the building. He said, hey, what up? What up, though? What's going on, Donovan? Appreciate you checking in with us tonight, man, holding us down. See, shout out to Kenyatta in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. What's going on, Kenyatta? Appreciate you as well. Always supporting the platform. Shout out to my guy, Andre Cable in the building. He said, keep grinding, bro. Appreciate that, Andre. Appreciate the love and support, man, holding down YouTube, man. Yeah, no, we appreciate y'all checking in, man. Like I said, as we try to affect some change, try to affect some mindsets. We can't do it without y'all supporting what we do, man, and holding us down consistently, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. All right, let me do this real quick as we get into this conversation. Here's the link right here to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. You're coming through Apple device. Come on through your old Apple device. Join us up on the panel. Don't be scared. Let's say we go ahead a conversation. We run from no topics. So whatever it is, we're going to talk about it, especially if it's going to help us move in a better direction. But man, in addition to the video feed here, we also have this link in the chat feed. So you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook. That is Kandid Konvos. Kandid Konvos with a K on YouTube and Facebook. So I'll leave that up there as we get into this conversation. Let's see. Andre said Detroit better get behind his brother and have him the 10K by year end. Man, you know what, man? Shout out to that, man. Shout out to that.
Period. What up, though?
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, Detroit folks, y'all better listen. Follow that advice. Follow that advice. We appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. All right, let me check everything else. All right, cool. I think that's everything. All right, so I'm gonna drop this link down for a minute. Y'all let me know if y'all need that link, but it's in the chat feed, so you can grab it at your leisure. All right, we're gonna get right on into it, man. We ain't gonna hold it up tonight. We're gonna get right to it. So topic for tonight. Black people don't know how to date. Man, you can say that again, man. Run that back. Topic for tonight. Black people do not know, have no idea how to date. All right, let's see. If you haven't already, once again, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Likes are free. Hit that like button for us. If you're watching us tonight, hit that like button. Let's say, do us a favor, hit that like button. All right, so we got a few down here. Yeah, we got a few down here, man. We're gonna hold on. Let me let I think that's JR. Let him slide on up before I get into this. You got him?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead and bring JR up. All right, JR, I'm checked in. All right, cool. We're going to go and get on into this. Kick off this first one.
Let me break something down for y'all. If a man take you on a dinner date, that benefits you and him because y'all both eating. If a man take you on a vacation, that benefits you and him. He there, you there. He riding jet skis too. You feel me? Be careful of a man who only want to do for you when it's beneficial for him. That's a selfish man. That's a man who don't truly care about you. He only want to do for you if he is benefiting. You feel me? Fuck them kind of niggas. With a long middle finger.
Wait. Hold up.
Let me break something down for y'all. If a man take you on a dinner date, that benefits you and him because y'all both eating. If a man take you on a vacation, that benefits you and him. He there, you there. He riding jet skis too. You feel me? Be careful of a man who only want to do for you when it's beneficial for him. That's a selfish man. That's a man who don't truly care about you. He only want to do for you if he is benefiting. You feel me? Fuck them kind of niggas. with a long middle finger.
Man, come on, man. Come on. Is that how she gonna play that like that? Yeah, I don't know. But let me check these comments real quick. I'm gonna come on back. Shout out to my guy Vince. He said, "What's up, fam? What's going on, Vince? Appreciate you coming on with us tonight, man. Yeah, I might end up sending you that link, man. You let me know." Kenyatta said, "What? Yeah, Kenyatta. I don't know. Donovan said, "Unfair exchange is robbery." Yeah, we done heard that before. We've heard that before. So he also said she sounds single and selfish. Yeah.
We're gonna have to play the video again. JR couldn't. Let's run it back one more time. Sorry, y'all. Let's run it back one more time.
Man, what JR over there doing with his audio, man? Get that audio together, JR.
Let me break something down for y'all. If a man take you on a dinner date, that benefits you and him, because y'all both eating. If a man take you on a vacation, that benefits you and him. He there, you there. He riding jet skis too. You feel me? Be careful of a man who only want to do for you when it's beneficial for him. That's a selfish man. That's a man who don't truly care about you. He only want to do for you if he is benefiting. You feel me? Fuck them kind of niggas with a long middle finger.
Man, this, ooh-wee. All right, man. Tonight we talking black people don't know how to date, man. Black people don't know how to date. Okay, well, y'all heard it from the young lady. I think, what was her name? L.A. LaBrittany? That was her name, LaBrittany. I think she's from the
She's
D.
Detroit.
Yes, wait a minute.
Yes, LaBrittany is Detroit.
Is one of yours?
Yeah, man. She is, man. That's what's disappointing. I just thought about it. I'm like, she from here somewhere. Oh man, let me check these comments, man. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see what the last man do that got her burnt. Yeah, clearly.
Period.
Clearly the last dude did something. Cause she all the anger coming up out of her. See, Andre said disrespectful as hell. Yeah, no, she definitely disrespectful. You know what? This is the thing. Sometimes I wonder, do ladies understand that sometimes? That some of that mess is a mad turnoff for fellas. Like, you over here talking about F somebody with a long middle finger and all this, like, you just don't even realize you just disqualified yourself from a whole chunk of fellas just off that old hood mess you just said. Like, and it totally hurts your message. Yeah, when you acting like that with your message, it totally hurts your message. But let me keep on going. Let's see. Kenyatta said, should have known. LOL. I guess the question is she east side or west side? Y'all tell me that. Is she east side or west side?
It's giving east.
Oh man. No, I ain't gonna front. It's definitely giving east.
Very much Mac Ave. Definitely.
Oh man. Yeah, straight Mac and B-Wick all day. Let's see. Andre said famous and goofy. Yeah, no, she doing too much in that one. See, shout out to Victoria Williams in the building. She said, oh man, let's see. Yeah, basically, she just sound hurt. Yeah, no, definitely something going on with her. Kenyatta said she sounds real Detroit. Yeah, she definitely giving Detroit. See, Donovan said east side for sure. Definitely giving east side. All right, man, let's go and get on into this, man. So she said that a man that's taking a woman out to eat, he's only basically doing that because it benefits him. A man that's taking a woman on the trip, he doing that because it benefit him. That's not just for her benefit. So I want to get y'all thoughts on this because like I said, we talking about people not knowing how to date. And I think this is another example of not knowing how to date, not knowing what you talking. Whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm coming back to the panel, man. Coco, Beatboxer, Cole, JR. What y'all want to say on this? Come off mute, say whatever you want to say. Coco, I see you all first.
Oh, I don't know what to say, to be honest. Like, first, I mean, you guys kind of already said it. First of all, it's very unattractive. Like, I don't think that women understand how he's very crass. Like, I sometimes cringe when I hear women use that type of language, especially when it's unwarranted. It's not like she's trying to defend herself. It's not like, it's a fight or something going on. It's nothing. Not that I'm even saying we should be speaking like that, but I get it if it's type of argument or it's on that level, but it wasn't given that level of energy. I'm not really sure why she was putting it into it. And it's so funny to me. It's like, what do y'all expect men to do? Right? You say that you want a man to approach you and you're upset because they don't. And then when a man does approach you and asks you out on a date and wants to take you out on a date, then you're upset because he wants to go on a date too. I mean, what? I'm so confused. This is why black people don't know how to date. It's like, please understand, he's not going to roof Chris for his own benefit, because he will be okay just getting some Wingstop and beer and a six pack, and he can be chilling at the crib. He's doing that for you. He's doing that because he wants to show you a good time. He wants to take you to a nice environment so that he can sit across from you and you guys can have a conversation and you can learn more about each other and even decide if it's even worth, going anywhere or if it's going anywhere. That's the whole reason why. It's like, what do you mean if he benefits from it? It's a date. Like, where is he supposed to be at when you're on a date? In the parking lot? I guess I don't get it. What is this why y'all are asking men for mortgage payments instead of date? Is this why y'all getting on the internet saying, man, taking on a date is nothing? I mean, if he pay your bill, then that's really something. How does he get to know you by paying your bills, ma'am? How do y'all know if that's compatible if he starts paying y'all bills, ma'am? We've lost the plot along the way. Like, we're supposed to be dating to get to know each other. That's the whole point, right? This is how y'all getting into relationships, or how you getting, baby mama status, and you don't know or like anything about the man that just picks you up. This is how you get there. You get there by not actually taking the time to get to know the other person. This is how you wind up in this situation. So, she just does she have kids? If she doesn't, let's check back in and see how this ages.
Okay, that's real right there. That's real.
It's giving. That's all you're going to end up. It's giving future baby mama.
Okay.
That mentality is not going to. It's not going to get you where you're trying to go.
Right. That's real. Let me get these comments, then we'll come back to the panel. Let's see. Victoria Williams said, let's see, why shouldn't you both benefit? Simple. Yep, simple. See, Kenyatta said, let's see, I know she does not pay attention to the man or her man, and she's definitely not paying for a date. Yeah, no, that is a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. See, Kenyatta also said, I don't think they want that anymore. Yeah, no, I think we in the change time right now. See, Donovan said, let's see, there's relationships, there's situationships, and then there's manipulationships. Well, that's a lot of ships, man. A lot of ships, man. Let me come up back to the panel, man. Beatboxing, Civil, JR, Cole. Come off mute, say whatever you want to say. Whoever want to go, y'all gonna hold, or I need to go and jump in. Okay, I see y'all quiet. Let me go and jump in there. So check this out. Just like this. Yeah, so tonight we talking black people don't know how to date. Based on this video, we have no idea. Yeah, let me school this young lady. Look, what's her name? Brittany. Let me school her on something real fast. When that man is taking you out the roof, Chris, dropping that $400, it's not really benefiting him. Let me just keep it a buck. Yeah, if he had a choice, he'd keep his $400. He'd slide over to the Wingstop, get him some lemon peppers. He'll slide past the liquor store, wine store, whatever y'all call them, whatever state you in. Get him a little whatever he want. Get him a little pint of something and go back to the crib. That's what he would do. And save his $380 or whatever he's left over. He ain't got to go to Ruth Chris. Trust and believe that. Yeah, she mentioned taking a woman on a trip. Ladies, once again, this man will stay at the crib. Yep, he's not about to drop $1,200, $1,400, $600 to take himself on no trip. He's taking you on a trip. Now he'll be there because he's funding, but he taking you on a trip. Trust and believe. If he had a choice, he wouldn't be going on no trip. He'd be at the crib. He'll have himself a fresh pair of Jordans or whatever it is he into. He'll have himself a new watch, whatever he into. Couple cigars, a couple glasses of whiskey, and he's straight. Like, he ain't got to go on no trip to Miami. That's you wanting to go on a trip to Miami. So let's just keep it a bean. So while you talking about this dude is only doing this stuff because he benefiting, no, that's not how that works. Yeah, there's been times, and I'm sure some of the fellas can vouch. There's been times where as a man, you ain't wanting to go nowhere. Yeah, but you looked over at your lady, you could tell she needed a little something. You like, you know what? Let me go and shoot her out here to the little bar. She look like she could use a drink. She got a lot going on. Yeah, let me shoot her out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? She been cooking this week. Let me shoot her out to dinner so she ain't got to worry about cooking nothing. Like, there's a lot of times that dudes will do things because they see a need or they can tell that it's something that they need to do for this young lady. Yeah, so for this young lady to make this video and try to get on here and frame it like these dudes is only doing this stuff to because it's benefiting them, it's like that's the craziest thing ever. Yeah, what you don't know is dudes do a lot of stuff that don't benefit them. They just do it because they know that's what they got to do. Or they got a family, or they got a little young lady that they, you know what I'm saying, trying to get close to, or they married, or whatever it is. Yeah, so I think I would just say this, for everybody who's watching this, be very careful of who you listen to. Yeah, folks making these videos and they just telling y'all all type of stuff. Yep, just telling y'all all type of stuff let me just keep it a buck, that's going to keep you by yourself and single. Yeah, let me be quiet for a minute. Let me come back to the panel, man. Beatboxer, Civil, JR, Cole. Anybody come off mute, say what you want. Go ahead, Beatboxer.
Yeah, I feel as though it's weird because when she brought up trips and stuff, in my mind, that's for like people who are like in serious relationships. Like, that in and of itself is crazy. I'm not paying no woman to go on a trip with me, like a girlfriend status. That's not going to happen. And it's weird because I just don't think women like on that video view, like, they don't believe in reciprocity. Like, I'm going to do for you, you do for me, because we like each other. But I feel as though a lot of women like that who are on that video believe that they get what guys they really don't like, and they're just using them for money and whatever that is. And the guy kind of knows that. He's like, okay, I'm going to use you for the only thing I want from you too. And then some guys don't even do that because it seems as though she's running to guys who are saying, hey, the only thing you can offer me is what you got between your legs, and I'm not paying for it. It's kind of what's going on. We kind of have berserkers out here now who telling women straight up, like, I'm not doing that. You're either going to do what I want or you can go away. And I'm one of those guys. I'm not like, especially if you're talking hood like that. I'm not paying for that. You got to be a little nicer to get some money out of me. So, I don't know, man. Like, I just think guys want reciprocity. I could be wrong, but that's what I just want reciprocity. You like me, I like you, I give, you give. That's it. That sounds nice to me. I don't know.
But Beatboxers, okay. So to that question though, so what happened to that? Yep, guys have always wanted reciprocity. Most of the time, guys didn't mind putting up some money, but at the same time, ladies didn't mind, reciprocating, right? Even if it wasn't with money, right? And I'm like, what happened to that? When did we get to a point where we just want to take the position that this man wants to keep putting out, basically, let's just say, i.e. money. He just wants to keep spending money, but then he doesn't want anything in return. Like, where's that coming from, or where did that come from? I'm trying to understand that. Like, how do we? I don't know.
I think some of it is like the bastardization of the Bible. So I think some people like to pick and choose things where, like, well, man, you're supposed to provide, and that means even in the choosing stages, you need to act like a husband, right? But then some of those same women will say, but I'm not married to you yet, so I don't need to submit to you. I don't need to cook for you. I don't need to do nothing. And I think some of that's a problem of men accepting that for a time. Now we have this weird, the pendulum has swung a whole nother direction where now men are being kind of, no offense, assholes, I will say, to a large degree. But I do think there's some people are using pick and choosing you'll hear things like unequally yoked in ways that weren't used. Like, like, hey, like, that's not how that was supposed to be used. Right.
Right.
Like, so it's just weird things where you hear that, like, that's not what those terms mean. Especially when it's a girlfriend or boyfriend. So that's my opinion.
Okay. No, I get that. You want to say something, Coco?
No, I'm a less civil.
Oh, good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
This one's it's kind of funny because a lot of times when it comes to dealing with women, they kind of have the upper hand because the majority of average men are not what, the heart or like the lust is what women have for. And with men, regardless of where you're at, you'll kind of 4 or 5, couple threes. It doesn't really matter to get to that 10. And internet and then the exposure of just like social media and opening that map up, it put it to a point to where you have dudes who were, let's say, like the 7s and 8s in other cities, but in a city that's less desirable, you can go down there and grab a 10. So now the 10 in that area is used to the treatment from somebody who was like a couple stations above her. So she then begins to expect that happening from the men that are in her surrounding area. And a lot of times women confuse the willingness to sleep with you with the willingness to want to be with you or date you. And so they get this number in their head that, oh, I deserve a man that's X, Y, and Z. And in the reality, they're really just exchanging their body for a little bit of just like autonomy for a time. They're going on a trip somewhere. And they don't really want to call it hoeing, but it's just hoeing to a lesser degree. Forgive my French. But a lot of the times, these young women don't understand that the amount of just trauma that they're putting their bodies through. So by the time they do kind of come to their senses and say, you know what, this is the kind of dude that I'll take. This is the kind of guy that's local to me that I want to be with. That dude doesn't want to deal with what has been created from the trauma that they've experienced. And then they get mad at that dude for not wanting that. And then you have those dudes going overseas to get something that's more in line with what they can qualify for. I mean, that's just like my 2 cents on it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that right there. Let me check in with JR and Cole. JR, Cole, y'all want to say anything? Or y'all good right now? Just let me know. Go ahead, JR.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna go back and ask a question regarding like what Beatboxer mentioned, right? About women and reciprocating the same energy. And I think you asked it like, we know that once upon a time, obviously both parties were, reciprocating, whether one party probably didn't give, the other one would still give, right? And Beatboxer mentioned obviously men are kind of being, a-holes about it, right? And I was just sitting there thinking, okay, we've been a-holes about it, but that's not really the right way to go, right? Because that means there's some sort of resentment there towards the women. And it's like I always say, we complain, right? And then we end up partaking in the mess. Because then if we're being a-holes about the situation, that means the resentment is really there in the sense of, are we actually going in there with, pure intentions, or are we just going there, just trying to play games, and then it is what it is type of vibe, because we know, or we're probably assuming that they're not really gonna be forthcoming with some good energy, so let me just go in there and just play the game as well. And it is what it is from there. And then both parties end up clashing again.
Okay. Well, see, I guess that's why we were that's why where we at now. That's that plan up in there. That's playing up in there. All right. Cole, I don't know if you want to say anything. You good right now?
I'm good. I'm good right now.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm gonna keep us moving. Let's see. I got a few down. Go ahead, Coco.
Just a question real quick for the fellas. Like piggybacking on something that JR said. And listen, I am literally just asking a question. This does not mean that I feel either way. Okay. This is not about my personal opinion.
Oh, come
on. This is just a question I want to ask the man, right? So, like, Quay posted a question a couple days ago, or maybe it was in yesterday, I don't remember, about who should apologize, right? Men or women. And I just want to know something. Like, I just want to know, like, men being the, more logical, more sensible sex, men being the, leaders of the community, despite the fact that I understand where we are, y'all, I'm not confused about where we are, but I don't care how much a woman says she's a leader. The real leaders in our community are the men, right? You guys are still in y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about it. The men are still in control. And so I just feel like, I guess I'm asking, for a friend. When are y'all going to just kind of like step back into your position and put things back in order? I just want to know, when are the men going to just like put things back in order? Because things are out of order, and the women have been allowed to run things from their position, which is not the leadership position, but the women have been allowed to just sort of run things and run roughshod over everything and make the decisions and represent the community, which should not be a thing. So I just curious, like, are y'all at the point where y'all like, okay, enough is enough? Like, let's, but why is the enough is enough? We're going to just take a back seat, because I feel like, don't shoot the messenger. I feel like enough is enough. We're going to take a back seat is no different than what you've already been doing. I feel like men let women push them out of their position. I feel like men allowed women to, come in and take over and make all the decisions and do all the things. And I get it. Women have been loud and wrong. But at the same time, I guess I'm like, okay, well, the women have been loud and wrong. But where are the men that are like, no, we're not going to allow you to get away with that? Now that men are fed up with what women have done and they're fed up with the way things are, now they're saying, we're not going to deal with you anymore. Okay, but where was that level of, you know what I'm saying, power and discipline and self-control when it was time for you to not allow women to get to this point? For you to say, I'm not going to deal with you and that you think that your behavior is okay. I'm not going to allow you to think that this is acceptable. I'm not going to take or deal with this particular thing. It's like, as it was getting to this point, where was the resistance of, we're not going to deal with you? Because from outside looking in, I'm not a man. Outside looking in, what it looked like was women began to start smelling themselves and was acting a fool. And the behaviors were validated, maybe not all by all of y'all, but the behaviors were validated by enough of you guys that they were able to continue to thrive and continue to still have relationships and continue to still make babies. And I get it, whatever percentage of men y'all want to say are making the babies. These women, y'all was still in the community though, procreating. Y'all was still in the community having sex. Because even if you didn't make a baby, don't mean you didn't sleep with her. So it's like, I guess it seemed like y'all took everything away but the penis. Like y'all took the protection away, you took the provision away, but you left the penis behind. Like it's
You said you weren't you said you weren't taking a position.
Plan. Like it was all up in there. It was in it. But y'all you stepped away, but the penis stayed behind. And so I'm trying to understand. Now you're like, well, we don't want to deal with you anymore. And I wonder how many of y'all are saying we don't want to deal with y'all anymore and not sleeping with them. Because somebody's still sleeping with somebody. So I just want to know, like this fake outrage that y'all got with Black women, like at what point are y'all going to actually stand on that for real and like start doing something that looks like leadership-ish? Because right now it just seems like y'all are saying we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to deal with y'all, which I understand why you're saying it. Okay. But it's like you guys are saying we don't want to deal with y'all. And then that's it. We don't want to deal with y'all, and we're not going to take accountability for anything that we contributed to how we got here. Right? I guess somebody help me understand. Maybe I am on the outside looking in. I am not a man. But just
go ahead, V-Box. This is so you and Silva. I see y'all off mute. Go ahead.
Hey, Silva, I swear I won't take too long. But let's just do a little history lesson. I can't believe a millennial. The young man's got to do this. But after the Emancipation Proclamation, there's this interesting time period where Black men were going to get the right to vote. The two groups that were against that. Y'all know who that was? White feminists and who? Black women. And actually, not Du Bois. Frederick Douglass was miffed by that. He was like, it is in his book, in his biography. He's like, we were suffering together, and these women are with our oppressor. How did that happen? And then we took y'all back. Now let's go fast forward a little bit to y'all's the Gen X generation. When the crack era happened.
Who is Gen X?
Like people in their 40s and up, 45-ish and up.
No, that's not Gen X.
We get the point. Go ahead, B-Box.
What I'm trying to say.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
I really don't care. I just have to give you a hard time.
I know, it's okay.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Because there's many instances of this happening. The crack era happened. A lot of women were dealing with these crackhead, the original Pookies, the original YNs, right? They had all these babies with these guys. Then we had this come to Jesus moment. We need Black men to come in and be stepfathers for our children. We need them to be mentors for our children. We need YMCAs from the cities. We need to make sure that these kids aren't in the streets. We need to do blah, 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 blah. Hey, by the way, Black men who were stepfathers, how'd that work out for y'all? Nothing. It was bad. So Black men have done things throughout time and have not even allowed, because women have agency. That's why I don't even like these conversations. Women can do what they want to do, especially nowadays. Since the 70s, they can do what they want. I can't control you. I'm not going to force you to do it. We ain't white men. We're not going to force you to do nothing you don't want to do. We're not. We're just not going to do it. If you don't want to do what
I just hear the accountability taking a back seat.
No, I'm not going to force anybody to do what they want to do.
That's what I'm saying, though, y'all.
I'm not going to force them.
I'm not asking you to make a woman do something, right? Please understand. You cannot make another person do anything. That's not what I'm asking, right? What I'm saying is, in the same way that you guys are using your power, and because believe it or not, you are not completely powerless. You are not completely without any authority, right? Because at bare minimum, you have power and authority over yourself and your decisions. So how you guys are saying right now, I'm not going to deal with these women. And you're just saying, okay, we're not going to marry them. We're not going to entertain them. But that's your power and your authority, right? The question that I'm asking, and I'm not talking about the men on this panel, obviously, but the question that I'm asking is, why is it that the men that have now gotten to the point where they're like, I'm not going to deal with this, I'm not going to deal with these women, passport bro, whatever your method of dealing with it is, where were those men when women were acting a complete fool. But some of those same men that are saying passport bro now were entertaining these women. They were dealing with the foolishness. And so what that does for a woman, because I am a woman, is that validates her behavior. And she's going to not only continue to act like that, she's going to up the level because she was able to get away with what she was able to get away with. So just entertain what I'm actually trying to say, y'all. I'm not against men, by the way. I'm asking a question because I really want to just get the conversation going in a direction where we can actually have, think about it, right? Like, why wasn't there more men saying before it got to this point when women was trying y'all and was acting a fool? Why wasn't there enough men saying we're not going to deal with your behavior? You can do whatever you want to do. You have agency, but I do too, and I don't have to deal with it, right? But what we saw there was a good number, not all, but a good number of men that was just dealing with it because they was getting something out of it. And women just began to just get worse. And now they're at a point where y'all are having to say, I'm just not dealing with any of y'all. No more. I mean, and I guess
I think it's a generational thing.
As men, we don't think that there's no male accountability into how it got so bad. We don't think there's any. There's none.
Let me let Civil get in on this. Then I'm gonna respond to this. Go ahead, Civil.
All right, as a near Gen Xer, I'm gonna go ahead and address it directly for you, Coco. A lot of those men who were the men that were actually good men who would make good husbands, they have always been not spending time with dealing with that. And when it comes to like the actual sleeping around early in life, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Men should not be passing it out like that. However, the game for a dude is to get the cookies. The game for the woman is to get the ring. If I can get cookies, I'm Cookie Monster. I'm going to get as many as I can, as much as I can, as often as I can. And if you can't get a ring out of that, that's on you. But for men, I would definitely like to agree with you. I would say that we do need to be accountable. And a lot of us who want to go ahead and reinvest in the community, and I always find myself awkward in this situation because I'm in a biracial relationship. A lot of men want to actually be and stay within our community and get the absolute best that we can. A lot of it just boils down to what's available and what's around you. And honestly, the women that got married back in the day are the women who still get married now. And the women who didn't get married back in the day and had kids illegitimately, they're still the women that are doing those things. It's just because of social media, it's so much louder. So now we see them complaining about it. And then you see dudes saying, well, I don't want to deal with that. But on a slow Tuesday, you still go ahead and smash. You're just not trying to, marry that.
Okay, no, I appreciate that right there. I will say this. I think a lot of the time that you are mentioning, Coco, I don't think a lot of dudes knew that they could. Yeah, I don't think a lot of dudes know or knew that they could say no. Yeah, they wasn't dealing with it. They didn't have to take it. They didn't have to, accept whatever handouts was given. Like, I don't think a lot of dudes know that because essentially a lot of guys are not taught that. Yeah, like I said, there's conditioning that takes place early for men as it relates to women. Yep, and a lot of times that follows you through your life until you run into something different or learn something different. So a lot of guys, they don't even know how to navigate that space. They feel like they just got to participate. Yeah, but this is why we've referenced, discipline and things like that. Just because a lady, put it in your face, she might be butt booty naked in your face. That don't mean you got to touch it, though. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Yeah, but a lot of times men will try to take this weak position. Yeah, when it comes to situations like that, that'll be just like somebody setting a crack pipe in front of your face. You already know you're not gonna grab the pipe. When it comes to a lady, it's almost like dudes get weak, they get dumb. Then it's like, oh, I gotta get it. Like Civil just said, I gotta get the cookie. I got to get this Cookie Monster on. Yep, and that's part of the mentality. That's part of the conditioning and the upbringing. But a lot of dudes did not understand that they could put their foot down, because at the end of the day, at the root of it all, a lot of men just don't understand their value. And that didn't come till later. So yeah, a lot of men themselves, they have leadership qualities, but you have to understand your value. That's the only time that these things actually gonna come out and be effective. So for a lot of guys, they just pulled back and said, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'll go in a different direction, or I'll go do something different. And they didn't check the issue. But I think now, as they continue to play in the issues, and now they done got tired of it, or it's done got irritating, now they throwing up the finger saying, deuces, it ain't my problem, and I'm on my way. Yeah, but I understand it, but I don't agree with it, because at the end of the day, I still stand on men have to set the tone. Yeah, but I'm never going to come up off of that. And I think once men understand, when a man comes in understanding his value and actually sets the tone, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Women will get in line. Yep, and at that point, if they choose not to, then let them go off and do what they're doing. But mark my word, most of the legitimate women, when a man sets the tone and moves like a man, they will get in line.
I'm just gonna say, now let it go, guys. I think that was the issue on the female side, from the female perspective, because we understood that men could be controlled by our cookie. We continue to use that as a manipulation tactic. And so because of that, that's why women feel like they, not just the agency that they have in society, but also because women knew that they had that bargaining chip with men, that men wanted that, and there wasn't always that level of self-control and self-discipline for men. Women felt like, as long as I got this most powerful tool, I'll be able to, he'll get sick of me tonight. He'll be mad at me. He'll be sick of me, but he'll be back tomorrow, or he'll be back, in a few days, because this cookie. And I think that's what I'm trying to say is, if men, in my personal opinion, can hold any L, that's the L. That lack of discipline, that lack of self-discipline, y'all gotta hold that. Because some of them women that y'all was letting get away with just because of the cookie, y'all helped create some of them monsters that's out here. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Coco. Like 100. And one thing, Mr. Price, that you actually brought up that kind of clicked for me is, when I was younger, the measure of what manhood was, it wasn't in, the grades you got. It wasn't in what you did there. It was how many you cracked. And the reality of the situation is, if I could go back in time, I know I would not do that to myself, because it does devalue yourself as a man. Just going ahead and passing out and getting as much as you can and just like racking up numbers. And I will say that a lot of dudes nowadays, after going through that, when they get older, it's not that they're bitter. It's not that, that they're angry or mad. It's just, it gets to a point to where you kind of lose sight of what the other person is, and they just become a thing. They just become a conquest, and you end up dulling your own blade as a man. And I will just say, like, 100%, you were spitting some facts, like both of y'all. Men, definitely, in my opinion, we need to hold that L. I 100% agree, because I personally hold that L. I wish I didn't do it.
No, I appreciate that right there, man. JR, I saw you popping off mute. Do you want to say something, man?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I agree with what you said, right? And even with Miss Coco's question, like, I get where she's going with it, and we're here to understand, listen, and whatnot, right? And like I said, I'm also here to obviously, learn, change my mindset, and try and see things in different ways as well. And like I'm just gonna keep it real, man. I think like I always say, yes, it's on the black men, right? Because we felt black women first, you know, like, and yes, we're complaining, but yeah, we allowed this to happen, you know, we allowed it. And even though we don't want to go back to the whole control thing and whatnot, I think with men, it's like, you know, we're just hoping that both people are going to be good to each other in the sense of, let's figure this out, let's make it work. And because black men aren't taking charge, right, we can't really sit here and blame black women, you know? Like, we can point fingers all we want, but there's a lot of things that black men have done in the community as well. Yes, maybe not now or whatever it is, but we've done some things that have affected the community as well. So we do need to take charge, you know. And I think it was about a couple of weeks back, right, we was having a conversation, and, you know, like I said, I need to understand. I don't know what I said, yeah, but Miss Cole, she said, put up and shut up, right? And I sat down and broke it down. You get how I'm coming from? I broke it down. What does that mean? If we put up, right, as in action, the shut up doesn't mean necessarily shut up. It means there's going to be no complaining, you know? Like, that's how I took it. Does that make sense? But obviously, like I said, I need to understand. A lot of guys would probably sat there like, oh, Miss Cole's rude. Nah. Sometimes you got to sit there and process exactly what it is. And I said, you know, she's tired of us black men complaining all the time. Or does that make sense? Like, that's how I took it. She's just tired, you know? So, like I said, I didn't see that as, you know, rude or anything like that, because I made to understand. I sat there, I said, nah, what does she mean by that? If we put up, ain't no complaining. And then, yes, maybe women fall in line. But if they don't, then cool, it is what it is. Then, yeah, then that's when it's like, cool, we move on. But right now, we can't blame them if we're not putting up.
I feel that. You just for clarification, you talking about the code, like the code that we all know, code down here on the panel. Is that the code you talking about?
Yeah, Miss Cole.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking because I don't, you know, Miss Cole. I just want to make sure we talking about the same code. All right, I'm just playing. All right, let me keep us going, man. We got a couple down here.
When you older, you learn never have real conversations on the phone with men. Talk to them for less than a few minutes on the phone so they can quickly get. When you older, you learn never have real conversations on the phone with men. Talk to them for less than a few minutes on the phone so they can quickly get you to a date. When I was younger, I used to talk to a guy on the phone. Thank you, Chris, for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And I used to be like, oh, we talked all night. Yeah. He done racked up hours of getting to know you. So when y'all finally link, all y'all got to do, you don't have to get to know each other no more. He got to know you over the phone. So all you got to do at the moment y'all link is fuck. Ain't nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. He done got to know you on the phone. When you older, you learn, don't talk to him on the phone. There's nothing to talk about. Hey, Jay, join the Facebook group for Fit Fitness. There's nothing to talk about. Okay, yeah, my day's doing all right, bet. Okay. Hang up, I gotta go. Boom. Now immediately he gonna be trying to put you onto a date. He gonna be like, well, every time I talk to you, you ain't never got time for me. You know, you wanna go on a date. Boom. Now we gonna got a date. Now when we on a date, we got something to talk about. Okay, so don't talk on the phone. But it reminds me of my early days to talk to guys on the phone, and you would talk about hypotheticals, you know, like, oh, like what kind of husband do you think you'll be? Or like what would you do in a situation like this if your partner was to do that? Like all these stupid ass hypotheticals. You and this man is not about to go out. You and this man is not about to link. Y'all are not about to be a real couple. This conversation it's almost over. Y'all really don't like each other. It's not going to last long. But you ask all of these stupid hypothetical questions when you're young and on the phone doing nothing, talking for hours. Don't do that. So I don't want to answer any of your hypothetical questions where you say, how good do you think I could look by summertime?
Man, so we talking tonight, man. Black people don't know how to date. Okay, well, this young lady said, basically, y'all can't even talk on the phone now. I mean, what?
Y'all recognize her? Have y'all came across her? I didn't know she did relationship content. She's like a fitness influencer. She's like a personal trainer.
That's a she.
Yeah, I was about to say, might be somebody's cousin. That's what I was thinking.
She identifies. I only know that she identifies. Okay, I only know her identity that she claims.
The pee goes.
Well, okay. Yeah.
And I only know her as like a fitness coach. I don't know her as anything else. Now she giving dating advice. I guess anybody can give dating advice. But yeah, I mean, y'all keep listening to these people.
Well,
Y'all gonna be broke, busted, disgusted with no man. Keep listening to them.
let me get in this because I'm a little triggered off of this one right here. I need everybody out here in this dating space to ask themselves a question. How do y'all want this to go? Man, let me tell y'all a little something real fast. This lady over here talking about, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk on the phone, all this garbage. And it's like folks back in the day, they used to sit on the phone for hours. Yeah, folks back in the day used to fall asleep talking on the phone. Wake up you wake up, man, phone laying next to your face. All you hear is the dial tone. Yeah, I know I'm dating myself, but it's like that's what it used to look like. But see, that was because you really liked somebody. So y'all was talking for hours. And the conversation just flowed for hours. You know, so by the time y'all got to a date, that was just the icing on the cake, like because everything was already coming together. But now we got folks giving y'all dating advice in 2025, telling y'all not to talk on the phone. Yeah, but this is the issue because, you know what I'm saying, this type of stuff has come up before. You know what I'm saying? Some of these fellas have talked about ladies using them for food dates, you know what I'm saying, going out on dates with these guys, don't even like this dude, just trying to get a free meal. I've seen videos where young ladies talking about they ain't spent no money all week on groceries because they've been going out with different dudes all week. Don't like none of these dudes, ghost these dudes after she get the dinner out of them, and she saving money on groceries because of it. But this stuff is just backwards, man. Like this is why I said as I watch these videos, because there's so many of them. This is how I understand, or this is why I understand why folks are single. Like y'all don't even know how to get off the ground. Like y'all can't even get started. Like, I mean, do y'all still know how to get a number? Like, do y'all still know how to? I mean. This is bad. Yeah, but then you got the ladies. Like I said, I'm sure she's single. I'm gonna make a bet. But she trying to school y'all like she know better. Like, yeah, I don't understand this stuff, man. Like I said, y'all really, once again, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna continue to say it. Y'all really gotta pay attention to who y'all are listening to, who y'all taking advice from, man. Go talk to some folks who got or who have achieved what you're trying to achieve. Yep, and I know, you know what I'm saying, I've seen instances where folks try to shame married folks and they try to shame people in relationships. Oh, you out of the game. You don't know what we deal with. You know, you rusty and all this nonsense. But yeah, but that person's married. So they done went through all the steps to get to the end goal. So they might still be able to school you on some things, even though you're trying to put them out the game and act like they don't know. And the thing is they know more than you know. Yeah, while you telling them they out the game, you can't even get in the game. You don't even know how to shoot you don't know how to shoot the 3-point yet, but you telling them what game they in and what game they not. So man, yeah, man, y'all got it, man. Let me put it like this, man. Dating really ain't even that hard, to be honest with you. It's really not. But I think with all of this nonsense that folks is putting out here in the atmosphere, that's what's making it hard. Yeah, I think with folks getting overly selfish like they are today, that's what's making it hard. I think with people not wanting to reciprocate, that's what's making it hard. So yeah, man, y'all need some help with this dating stuff. Let me come on back to the panel, man. Coco, B-Boxer, Civil, JR, Cole. Yeah, I got to hear. Go ahead, B-Boxer.
Just a disclaimer, I'm progressive and I'm cool with the LGBT community. So I just want to put that out there. I'm just saying that I was giving something else. But yeah, Mr. Price, I'll even say this. When I was in like middle school, There's a couple girls I would talk to on the phone for a very long time. I'm of two minds of what we just watched. If you're dealing with a man who's a predator, like who's actually narcissistic or like crazy like that, and you're talking with him for hours, sure, ladies, you probably shouldn't talk to him hours on the phone. He's probably going to get at you. So, like, I get that, but in general, for the general population, like, if the conversation's flowing like that, that's a good thing. I don't know what we're talking about. Like, if you're able just to talk to this person like you've like known them in another life, basically, that's a good sign. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know. I'm confused. Isn't that good? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm crazy or something. Like, if it's hard to talk to somebody, if it's really like if it's work, if it's a job, it's probably not going to work out, right? Again, I might be crazy. Something might be wrong with me, but I just feel that like attraction and like energy matters, man. Like I like all these other things of money and status and all the things that we hear, those don't matter. If that initial connection, if you're able to talk, I don't know, man. I like when I met my wife, I thought she was weird, but there was an initial connection. Like there was an initial like. And I mean weird because she like all her friend introduced me, like told me her about, oh, this is hot black guy at the college, blah, blah. So she knew all these things about me before like she met me. So I thought that was odd. But there was still a connection there because she knew it. She was intentional. It was easy. Right? I don't know, man. I might be old millennial, but I don't know.
No, I appreciate that. Go ahead, Sybil.
Like women are straight up giving up all their advantages. If a dude is willing to spend hours on the phone with you, it's usually a pretty decent indication that he messes with you. If he's just shooting you a text asking if you're up and just talking to you for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time, that means he's either spending that time elsewhere or you just don't matter enough to garner enough of his attention to gain more of his time. Staying awake on the phone until you fell asleep was like the thing you did in junior high, 9th, 10th grade, because that was your girl and it was a small school. So if you messed around, everybody would know. You couldn't quite, move around the way you can now. And the reality of the situation is if women give that gift up, the ability to capture a man outside of just like what you present physically, then you're never going to get married. You will always be a jump off. And it's just always going to be that way, unfortunately.
No, that's real. That's real right there. Go ahead, Coco. You want to say something?
I guess I'm also confused because why is she saying don't talk to him on the phone for hours? Because then when he's in your presence, he's just gonna want to sleep with you. Like y'all not sleeping with men on the first date.
Ooh.
Like y'all not sleeping with me and y'all just met. Like if we were holding the standard, if we were holding ourselves to the standard that we should hold ourselves to, then you would be having those long conversations because you would be getting to know that person before you even thought about having an intimate relationship with that person. But that's not really what we're doing in this society right now. Like it doesn't take much. It really don't take much for y'all to take it there. So let's just be so for real. You telling them not to talk on the phone with somebody that they're actually interested in for hours, because then when he's in their presence, that he's going to expect something, which shouldn't be the case, by the way. But y'all do that anyway. I mean, y'all meeting at the club and then going home together. Y'all meeting at the bar going home together. Y'all meeting at the mall going home together. Y'all meeting places and going home together. So why can't I talk on the phone with him? Like, I should at least like him, shouldn't I? I should like to have, but let's just talk about what the real tea is. The real tea is, yeah, I'm a millennial. I am an older millennial, but the real tea is it's because y'all don't know how to have conversations anymore. Y'all don't know how to hold somebody's attention. You don't know how to have a conversation. You guys are like this all day long. That's it. You don't know how to have a conversation. Y'all speak in acronyms. Like it's crazy. You can't even type a whole sentence, let alone have a conversation. So I mean, y'all talking about older millennials, y'all might need to be taking some notes. because y'all communication, y'all can't even talk to each other. No wonder. That's why she don't want y'all talking on the phone for hours, because that man gonna figure out it's nothing to you. That's what she don't want. She don't want y'all to reveal that it's nothing to you. There's nothing there. At least get it. See, in her mind, is at least get some food out of it. At least get a meal out of it before he finds out there's nothing to you and there's zero substance. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. JR, Cole, I don't know if y'all wanted to say anything. You know, I need to hear from Cole. But see, Cole, you still there, Cole?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Is you having a phone conversation, or you?
No.
What you doing? What you doing, Cole?
I'm not doing nothing.
You not talking on the phone, or you still talking on the phone?
No. I mean, I'm at work technically, but
No. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about in the dating scenario. Is you talking on the phone, or you against talking on the phone?
Oh no. I'm not against it at all.
Okay.
I'm surprised at people that still do it. I prefer it.
What?
Yeah.
You say you surprised the people that still do it.
Mm-hmm.
Talking on the phone?
Yeah, because people will be sending like long text messages like those are real conversations. And I'll be like, nah, can we get on the phone?
Men are giving you paragraphs?
Oh,
Men?
she's saying call her instead of
multiple
text her. That's what she said.
sentences. I wouldn't say it's a full structured paragraph, but
Those are some sassy men.
not the sassy. Yo.
Oh man, B-Boss always throwing out that sassy, man.
Literally straight sass.
All right, I'm just checking, Cole. I'm just trying to see if you still having phone conversations, which I don't see no problem with having phone conversations. You need to talk on the phone.
Issue. Yeah, how are you supposed to get to know somebody?
Exactly.
If you're not like physically, meeting up with them, then how are you supposed to get to know a person? Though people be assuming, text messages be full conversations, which I think is kind of weird, but
Okay. All right. I'm just checking. I just want to make sure. Okay. Who's that? JR. I don't know if you want to say anything, man. I'm gonna keep moving if you ain't got nothing to say, man.
Yeah, no, I would say yeah. I don't know if that still happens in terms of phone conversations, but for me, because I'm busy every day, that kind of works for me. Where it's phone conversations at nighttime.
Oh, come on.
And then that way, it's obviously, you still don't know whether I'm telling the truth or the person's telling the truth, right? Or, just being the real them. But you get to clock in the hours that way in terms of getting to know the person. And then by the time, you meet up the first time, it's you kind of know them already because you've kind of done the groundwork over the phone. So when you're kicking in person, it's cool. Now it's kind of flowing from there. So yeah, I reckon some people still do it, but they probably just don't do that, right? Because pillow talking, the oceaning, as a beatboxer would say, some people would say that's sassy, so I don't know. But yeah, I reckon some people still do it, but just don't like to admit it.
Okay. Appreciate that right there. All right, let me go on to the next one.
So I had a man today ask me if I was ready for a serious relationship. So to answer that, my aunt suggested this. To start to say, yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious for somebody to take care of my mortgage. I'm serious for someone to take me on vacation. I'm serious about meeting someone that wants to pay a car note and my insurance, that wants to pay my phone bill, my electricity, my internet, that wants to pay for me to get my hair, nails, and lashes done when I want to get them done. Seriously ready for somebody to put gas in my car every Sunday. I'm seriously ready for somebody that, wants to be a stepdaddy. Well, real daddy these days. I don't believe in step. I'm seriously ready for a man that doesn't want other men, because that's a Houston thing. I'm seriously ready for a man who's about that life. So I think that as a man, before you ask someone, are you ready for a serious relationship, think about what serious actually means and define it.
Because for me, serious means I'm ready for someone to come in and actually be that HNIC that I need for him to be. So I had a man to.
Okay, well, that's video number 3 right there. So tonight we talking black people don't know how to date.
Can you run that back, Mr. Can you run that back one more time? I want to make sure the video just one more time. I want to hear it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So I had a man today ask me if I was ready for a serious relationship. So to answer that, my aunt suggested this. To start to say, yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious for somebody to take care of my mortgage. I'm serious for someone to take me on vacation. I'm serious about meeting someone that wants to pay a car note and my insurance, that wants to pay my phone bill, my electricity, my internet, that wants to pay for me to get my hair, nails, and lashes done when I want to get them done. Seriously ready for somebody to put gas in my car every Sunday. I'm seriously ready for somebody that, wants to be a stepdaddy. Well, real daddy these days. I don't believe in step. I'm seriously ready for a man that doesn't want other men, because that's a Houston thing. I'm seriously ready for a man who's about that life. So I think that as a man, before you ask someone, are you ready for a serious relationship, think about what serious actually means and define it. Because for me, serious means I'm ready for someone to come in and actually be that HNIC that I need for him to be.
I just want to make sure before I crashed out that I heard what I heard.
Go ahead.
This is crazy. In my opinion, men, you can, and women on the panel, you can debate me if you want to, but I feel as though this is what we run into a lot. Me, I, want, give me. That's all I want. I gotta be like, she's old. Like, what are we talking about? Like, she looks, no, I don't mean it to be disrespectful, but I mean, like, you're in your 40s, you got kids. On. You're talking about, I won't want to deal with a man who likes other men. I mean, damn, girl, you're finding the alphabet community like that in Houston? Like, you're telling on yourself, you're asking all this, I want, I need, like, men don't want bills. I don't know what we're talking about. Bills for sexual access and use sexual access, and that is used, not new.
Bruh.
What are we talking about? Women, you in those positions, you have no leverage. You can't ask all these things. What do I get? I pay all your bills. I take care of your children. You probably want me to take you on vacation maybe twice a year. And I get what? You? That's it? Hell nah. And this is a microcosm of what I think, Ms. Coco, when you asked about men taking charge, I gotta be honest. I don't want to take charge of that. I don't. That is not for me. And I would tell any black man, don't do that. Leave that woman over there. They gotta create their own thing, do their own stuff. I will never tell a black man, you need to deal with old 40-year-old woman with children who wants all your money. I'll tell him, like, Joe, get your passport, find a black woman who's not any of those things, or date out, or watch Pornhub. One of the four. Do that. It's way better than what I just watched, because it's crazy work. That's what you're gonna run into a lot. I'm sorry, man. No, thank you.
Okay, B-Boss, go get it off your chest, man. Coco, it's on you.
I'm gonna try to talk to the ladies, I guess. I mean, I can't follow a beatboxer. It is what it is. But I would just say, ladies, before y'all fix your mouths to get on Donald John Quavius Trump's internet and say a bunch of stuff like, at what point do you run these same criteria across your own personal filter and say, am I able to meet any of these same requirements that I'm asking from the man? Right? Because first of all, any man that would ask you, are you ready for a serious relationship? You should already be able to tell where he's at, because dudes that are playing with you are not going to ask you if you are interested in being in a serious relationship. These are the kinds of questions that men ask when they too have, weighed all of the potential, consequences or circumstances around what it means to be in a serious relationship with a woman, and they're trying to check your temperature to see if you've done the same. Like, they've done their work. By the time a man gets to the point where he wants to be in a serious relationship, he's done the work. That's why he's asking you if you're ready, because he knows he's ready. He's done what he needed to do. So, why haven't you? Your response to him asking you if you're ready is he wants you to do a checks and balances with yourself and tell him if you're ready. Are you ready to submit to a man? Are you ready to drop your selfish needs so that the unit, you and him, can come together and have something unified, right? Get on the same page. Are you ready to, tell your little girlfriends, yep, this is a part of it too. Tell your little girlfriends, you can't come. Because right now you're trying to build with this man. So you're not going to be able to brunch the way you used to brunch. You're not going to be able to trip the way you used to trip. You're not going to be able to go out on a weekend every weekend the way you used to, because you got a man now and y'all are building something together. So when he asks you if you're ready to be in a serious relationship, he's asking you, are you ready to do what you need to do? Because he already knows what he needs to do. He know what he need to do. And the bad part about it is you guys are talking yourselves out of potential relationships, because a man that is ready to take you to that level, he is already in a position. He's already in the position where he knows that if you got a kid, he's gonna have to step in financially. He knows that you got some bills. You're gonna be bringing your bills. He's gonna be bringing his bills, and he already knows that. They've done that mental work. A man is not. See, men don't enter into marriage unless they're goofies. Men don't enter into marriage not understanding what marriage means and the responsibility that marriage is. We're the ones that do that as women, because we live in fantasies. Men don't do that. So y'all are talking yourselves out of potential relationships, because any man that's going to approach you and ask you that, you just missed the opportunity. You just missed the opportunity because you're too busy worrying about what you're going to get out of it. As always, you're trying to figure out what you're going to get out of it. I mean, so like I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. The problem is a lot of y'all are not wifeable. That's what it is. You're not wifeable. You're not even ready. Your mentality isn't even in the right place. You don't understand that in order for you to be married, you have to be ready. Because you're going to be a wife. And having a vagina does not automatically equip you to be a wife.
Straight like that. Straight like that. JR, Cole. I think Civil. I don't know if y'all want to say anything on this, or y'all good. Let me know. Go ahead, Civil.
I agree with what Beatboxer and Coco said. I mean, damn. Like, she really got on the internet and put that out there. And women wonder why men lie. I mean, you go run into a dude who might be on the type of time I used to be on, and just because you act that way is going to tell you everything you want to hear just to max you out and not talk to you again. You are literally setting yourself up for failure doing that. Just don't take that advice. It is terrible advice. You don't even go into a negotiation that way. You don't go to buy a car, a house, or anything thinking just me, what do I get out of it? That's how deals get busted.
That's real right there. That's real. I'll say this. She said that she got asked by this gentleman, and then she, I guess, mentioned it to her auntie, and she said her auntie suggested. And I'm like, you might need to stop listening to your auntie. Yeah, I can tell by the response, your auntie ain't married either. I can tell by the response, because a married auntie wouldn't tell you no dumb stuff like that. Trust and believe. So I can tell your auntie ain't married either. So listen, once again, we need to be very aware of who we are taking information from. The second thing I want to say, because I've seen so many videos like this before. And this will be my ultimate question for a lot of the ladies out here. And I said, ladies, drop a comment, because I know we got a lot of ladies watching right now. Please drop a comment, because I need to understand something. Ladies, as women, why do y'all accumulate so many bills if you really can't handle them? I'm just keeping it a buck, because I see this type of video from young ladies and older ladies. I said, because this wasn't a young lady. This lady was a little older. But I see this same premise. I see this a lot. And it's almost like a lot of ladies today in this dating space are in this rush, or almost they're yearning for this guy to come in and take over all of their financial responsibilities. And I'm trying to figure out, why do ladies today over leverage themselves so heavy to where it's like, I need this dude to come in and take over all these bills? Like, what is that about? Because I don't see dudes saying that. I don't see dudes saying, I need this lady to come in. Let me mute you for a second, Sybil. I don't see dudes saying, I need this lady to come in and help me pay these bills. Like, I don't see dudes saying that. But I see a lot of videos of women saying that. And I'm like, why do y'all carry or have y'all bill load so heavy to where it's like it's a problem if this dude is not coming in taking all your bills off your hands? Like, that don't make sense. It's like, what happened to the independence piece? Like, why does that go out of the door when this dude come along? So I need some young lady to explain that to me, because I hear this so much, and I'm just like, that lady just in that video, she just ran off all type of bills, and I'm just like, what do you like? So basically, you accumulate these bills, but you really can't afford your bills. Yeah, you may be paying them late, but you really can't afford your bills. Yep. So your goal is to find this guy who will come along and, as she stated, come in and be a HNIC. And it's like, are you for real? Because see, the funny part about that is, so from what I've seen, that dude will come along. He'll come into that situation. He'll come in and take your bills. But then as soon as he start giving you direction, then it's a problem. And I'm like, that don't make sense. So you can't sit here and say you looking for the HNIC, and then when he come along and then come to correct you and give you some structure, then this don't tell me what to do, this my house, and all this other nonsense you come up with. So see, that don't add up. So once again, what are we really doing out here in this dating space? So I don't know, man. This some crazy stuff, man. I'm coming back to the panel, man. Civil, JR, Cole, come off mute, say whatever you want to say. I'm gonna be quiet on this video for the rest of this little segment right here, because I ain't got enough say on this. Y'all good too? Because I'll move on to the next one if y'all good. All right, we moving. Yeah, she was on some nonsense. Let me keep going.
Hey sis, can I ask you a question? Why is it that a man is automatically expected to know exactly how to treat a woman, what to do for her, how to love her, how to cater to her, how to be there for her, how to be her everything, and whatever it is that she needs? Why is he automatically expected to know that and to do those things? But when it comes to women's favorite excuse is, Oh, I didn't know you needed that from me. I didn't know that you wanted to be loved that way. I didn't know that I shouldn't have done this. Like, make that make sense, because it absolutely does not. Why is it okay for you to use ignorance as a reason to not give that man everything he deserves, but ignorance would be a reason for society to be like, leave him alone and be with the man who knows how to do A, B, C, D, and E? Like, why does he have to teach you how to love him, but when it comes to you teaching him how to love you, he's just expected to automatically know it? Why do we do that? And did you also know that gaslighting and accountability are not interchangeable? They are not one and the same. I know gaslighting is a term that's recently become super, super popular, so you may not know exactly what it is. Let me give you an example. An example of gaslighting would be you observing. You see him doing something that doesn't sit right with you, and you bring it to his attention, and he's like, nah, that ain't what you saw. You thought you saw that, but because you have insecurity from your last relationship, you're looking at it in the wrong way. Like, he flips it around to be your issue and not what he's done. But accountability would be him like, dag, babe, I'm sorry. I did do that, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Like, do you understand the difference? If you understand the difference, I need you to stop doing that to him. When he brings something to your attention, do not tell him that he's tripping. Don't tell him that you're not his ex because what he thinks you're doing is something that she did and it's not something that you're doing to him. Do not gaslight that man. Own up to whatever it is he's saying that you've done to him or you've made him feel. Accept accountability, move on, and do better in the future, because I promise, a man who feels like you're actually attempting to or wanting to love him properly goes so much harder than a man who's thinking of an escape because you're not the woman that he thought that you could be for him.
Okay. Well, that was the next video right there. So this young lady, she touched on a couple things, but yeah, she had me right at the beginning. So is that the case in the dating space? Yeah, the man is expected to know what the woman wants, how to take care of this woman, or how to go about things the right way, but she doesn't have the same expectation as it relates to the men. Y'all got to tell me something, man, because I'm trying to figure out what's going wrong. You know what? I'm coming straight to Civil on this one. So Civil, is that the case, man? Are the fellas supposed to know what to do, and the women are not expected to know what to do? What you think it is, man?
Expectations for whatever reason on men have always been higher. So I think women have kind of been able to use that as an excuse to not self-improve. What that young woman in that video was just doing was she was somebody who's actually done the work, developed herself, and actually can present something of value to a relationship, so she can find someone of value and get that good mutual exchange. The women we've seen in the previous videos, they're so caught up on the aesthetic and then get upset when a dude is like, well, then I'm going to treat you for just your aesthetic, as if that's not what they're presenting. It's the same thing when a dude is trying to get at a girl, but he's using money, and then he gets mad. Well, why is she only using me for my money? Well, that's the only thing you're bringing to the table. And the unfortunate situation for women is they don't get curbed like immediately. Like a dude, if a girl doesn't like him, I don't like you, gone. A guy will string a woman along with no intention of being with her, with no intention of wifing her, until she gets tired of it and decides to finally move on. So they end up being that 40, 50-year-old woman in a video talking about, I got bills and kids you need to pay for, completely just obfuscating from the idea that they have responsibility that they need to hold themselves accountable to.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate that right there. Anybody else? Coco Beatbox JR, say whatever you want to say. If y'all good, let me know y'all good. Let's say I keep us moving, because we ain't gonna be on here all night tonight. You good to move, JR? You good, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, I got one last one, then we're gonna get on up out of here, man. I ain't gonna hold us on here tonight. Last one, and we gone.
Saw a post that said that men are dating more for peace over beauty now. And if that doesn't tell you how dense and how black and white these men think, is that they're correlating more a beautiful, attractive women to be more difficult and more demanding. Instead, what men are really trying to say is that they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be able to do certain things and you not being able to say anything about it to them, okay? In their mind, they think to themselves that if I date a less attractive person, I can get away with more. They won't be as demanding. They'll be more peaceful. When in reality, so many men give women the chaos. They are the ones that bring the chaos. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to see their actions. They don't want their fragile ego to be hurt because they have been propped up their entire lives by society. And when a woman calls them out for their behavior, they don't like it. So instead, this is how black and white they think. Well, if I go for someone easier and who demands less, which is someone that's less attractive, she won't need so much from me. And they would rather do that than own up to their mistakes and actually change as a man. They would go for someone that they're less attracted to because they don't want to change who they are. That is how black and white they think. They won't even go even like the person that they're ideally more physically attracted to. They will be with someone less attractive, just because that they will put up with more, because these men want to be able to get away with cheating. They want to be able to get away with going to strip clubs. They want to be able to get away with a lot more behavior with someone who won't demand as much, because it's easier. It's just simply easier with how these men want to date these days. So it's really wild how these men are thinking. Don't even know how to go about it, honestly, anymore. I mean, men cease to amaze me every single day. I saw.
That's the last video of tonight, man, because they making me tired, man. They making me tired, man. This is I don't even know what to say with this. This is some Coco, you trying to say something? You done came off mute. You trying to say something?
I promise y'all, I am not trying to be funny. I always have to ask forgiveness after I have one of these shows. I always have to repent. Anyway, I would say, is she putting herself in the more attractive category, the less attractive category? I wasn't sure about that particular piece, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but the reason why I'm bringing it up, okay, let me bring it back to, okay, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it proves the point that as women, sometimes we skirt accountability and we have this ability to be delusional and see things the way we want to see them and not for what they really are. The accountability piece is this. We're now making excuses, right? We're making excuses for why we aren't doing what we need to do as a woman to present ourselves as attractive to a man, not just physically, right? Because when a man is ready to settle down, from what you guys have all told me and what I have seen from personal experience, there are certain things that he's looking for in the person that he chooses to settle down with. Yeah, sure, he wants her to be attractive, but there are other qualities that are attractive to him now that he's considering settling down with this woman that go beyond just her aesthetic, right? So I would just say that for her, that's one. We're finding excuses, right? We're finding a reason why. Well, it's got to be because he just doesn't want to deal with, what comes along with an attractive woman. Can I ask y'all a question? Why? Because you perceive yourself to be attractive, and even if you are like one of the really attractive women, why you got to be difficult, hard to deal with, complicated? Why you got to be a handful just because you're attractive? You think that you being attractive makes it okay that you're a handful and you're difficult and nobody wants to deal with you, but you're attractive, so it's okay? And then how do y'all rate yourself these days? And where are y'all getting the attractive meter from? Like, where did it come from? Is it the fake hair? Is it the lashes? Is it the makeup? What is it? What is it? Because a lot of y'all aren't even taking good care of yourselves. Let's just be so honest. Let's be honest. You are not taking good care of yourself. You are putting on the wig, that's somebody else's hair. I don't even know what you're doing to your hair underneath, if you're taking care of it or not. You're putting on the lashes that are literally ripping out your own natural lashes. You're plucking your eyebrows to the point where there's nothing left. So then you have to go back and draw them on. You know, you are aligning your lips because you think that they're not big enough, or I'm not really sure. You are contouring your face so you can look more like a woman, which you already look like a woman, and you don't know it's giving drag queen. Like, we're doing all of this, and then you're getting on the camera and saying, I don't know why the ugly women are always getting the men. And I'm so confused, right? Like that, oh, that's cute what you're doing. So it just goes to show you that as women, we have completely lost touch with our actual feminine power. We have completely lost touch with what men actually want from women, right? The reason why they are choosing what you perceive to be the less attractive woman is because everything else about her is a 10. Her attitude, what she's bringing to the table. They know she's going to be able to nurture children, raise children, and instill good values in them, right? They know that they're going to be able to trust her to steward the resources that they provide well. Those are the things that men are looking for when they're ready to settle down. You're confused. When a man just want to play around, that's when he going to probably go look for some hot chick. When he's really trying to settle down, yeah, you're right. He's probably going to value some other things. I don't know. We don't talk to men. We don't understand what men want. We don't understand when men are starting to speak to us to try to tell us what they're looking for and what they want. And so then this is why we get what we're getting.
Yeah, no, that's real. Appreciate that comment. And I think that's part of the issue, right? So going back earlier in the conversation, where you asked the question about men stepping up, you know what I'm saying, essentially as leaders and, you know what I'm saying, kind of correcting things. That's part of the problem. Yeah, that's part of the problem, right? Because in the process, we're looking for a response or some reciprocation. Let's just go back to that. We're looking for some reciprocation. As we come in and try to correct things, we're looking for some support. And we're looking for some women to say, okay, fellas, we see y'all trying to get it together. We see y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all disciplined, y'all trying to set the tone and get stuff fixed. We with you, you know what I'm saying, what we need to do. Yeah, men are looking for that. They're looking for that confirmation that it's time to correct it. The ladies is on board and let's correct it. But if they're not seeing that or not getting that reciprocation, for a lot of dudes, they just gonna pull back. Yeah, but I'm not saying that that's the right answer, but that's going to be the natural response, right? And that just goes for anybody that's human. You know, when you're putting in some effort to something and you're not seeing any type of response from it or any type of, I don't even want to say validation, but yeah, validation, you're just going to pull back and say, you know what, it must not be that serious and move on to something else, you know what I'm saying, that better suits my time. So we got to be honest about that. That's playing in there as well, but yeah, this young lady in this video, I'm trying to find the right. I don't even know what the right sound effect for this.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Yeah, I'm just like, young lady, these fellas are not deliberately picking the woman who is, you know, considered less attractive because they're trying to skate some expectations or your high standards or whatever you want to say. Yeah, but at the end of the day, what is happening, being honest, what is happening is a lot of dudes have become more disciplined. A lot of dudes have started to recognize their value. And now they're prioritizing other things other than just your physical. That's just what it is. Let's keep it simple. Yes, a whole bunch of ladies that's cute out here. Let's just be honest. A lot of chicks look the same these days. They got the same wig, the same lashes, the same waist trainer, the same BBL, the same, like, y'all. It's a lot of ladies look the same these days. So variety is not what it used to be. Yeah, so dudes are looking at that and they're thinking about the outcome that they've gotten from engaging with those young ladies, and they're saying, you know what, I want a peaceful young lady. Yeah, I want somebody with their mind right. That's really what they're saying. I'm looking for a young lady with her mind right. I've been out here, I done played what Civil say earlier. I was the cookie monster back in the day, but I'm not on that no more. I got too much to lose. Yeah, I got my career popping, my money stacking. Got my crib, my cars. I got all my stuff together. I'm a value add type of man. So just your looks, that's not gonna cut it at this point. Yeah, you cute. Yeah, you thick. Whatever else, however we want to describe it. But it's like I'm looking for a wife. Yeah, I'm looking for a young lady with her mind right. I'm looking for a young lady who's gonna be able to take care of her family. I'm looking for a young lady who's ready to play her position while I'm over here playing my position. Yep, and when you're looking for that young lady, looks is not always at the top of the list. I'm gonna be honest. Now, as men, we want to be attracted to you. Yeah, that's a fact. We still want to be attracted to you. As beatboxer like to say, we still want to have a little tingle for you. You know what I'm saying? That's never gonna go away. But that's not the priority. Yeah, the priority is all those other things that are sustainable. Yep, and that's what happens. But it ain't deliberate. Your dudes ain't trying to escape their accountability by going and getting a young lady who's less attractive. Like that I'm like, ladies, where do y'all get this stuff from? That's really where this takes me. Where do y'all get this stuff from? Because I know for a fact ain't no dude told you that. Yeah, I'm a whole dude. I talk to dudes all the time. Ain't no dude told you that. Yep, ain't no dude told you that, yeah, I'm gonna go find this girl that's less attractive because she gonna have lower standards for me and I'm gonna be able to cheat on her and do this, do that. Ain't no dude told you that. I'm like, and y'all get up on these videos just as confident as y'all want to be, talking like y'all know something. And it's like y'all don't even talk to dudes. Yeah, a lot of y'all can't even get around no dude. That's why y'all always talking about where the good men at. Y'all can't even get around no dude. So how you know what some dude is doing? Like y'all don't. Man, y'all done caught me on a good night, man. Let me be quiet, man, because I'm a little triggered tonight with some of this nonsense, man. Y'all, man, I'm coming to the panel, man. And so if y'all ain't got nothing to say, we up out of here for the night, man. Coco Beatboxer said, "Go ahead, Beatbox. It's on you, man. I saw you come off. You good?"
My bad. Yeah. I thought I saw Silva. Silva, you want me to go first? You cool with that?
Go for it. Go for it.
All right. I always say the tingle, but maybe I need to say a little more for the layman. Ladies, men are never going to be a typical man, whether he's black, white, Asian, or whatever, is not going to be with a woman if he's not going to get hard. I'm sorry. So when women are like she's ugly, listen, like to whose standards, right? I think a lot of women, Mr. Price, to answer some of your question, what women get these things from, a lot of women are comparing women from like what they see on the internet, and they're like competing with each other. When men say, "Hey, I don't like eyelashes, I don't like these BBLs, I don't like these this," these women look like, "No, that's not what. I don't believe you." I'm like, and then you see the people who these men wife up, including me, they don't believe it. Then they say, "Oh, those women are not as attractive." I think that's one of the oddest things that's going on in recent times. It's really weird to me. Men just want peace. I just want peace, bro. I just want somebody to be like who's easy. I don't want to be domineering. We can just agree on stuff. We both have similar goals. We see where our lives are going. I just want someone who's able to, if she's going to have children, to be decent with the children. That's all like men who are marriage-minded want. I'm not asking for a BBL. I'm not asking for none of that. I just want you to be a decent person who's attractive. That's it. I'm not asking for anything else other than that. Men are we're simple creatures. We're really easy. We really are. I think someone would think because we're simple, we're dumb. No, we're not dumb. We just are easy. We don't need a lot. I don't need that much. My wife looks at me like, hey, do you want this? I don't want nothing. A lot of times I don't have opinions on a lot of things. I'm like, you like it, I love it. I don't care. Like, so I don't know, man. And it's weird that, like Ms. Konvos said, like, women who are mid talking this way. I will say this, because I actually have seen also men who are mid talking like crazy too. So I think we're seeing this weird thing going on where people think more haughty of themselves and are saying all these crazy things. There was a black guy, I just saw a video. He's like, all these women who are not the chop women, there's another term, chop, are coming up to me. And all these people in the comments like, yeah, bro, because you chopped. Like, look at you. Like, because he made all this money. He's like, how is this happening? Because you're not attractive, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Just because you got money means nothing. So I think that the internet's made everybody crazy. Man, ladies, we just want peace and a decent, attractive woman. But above all else, I want peace. So
that's real. Go ahead, Civil. I know it was on you. Go ahead, man.
100% agree. And I just want to point out the fact that I hope she wasn't up there talking about herself like she's in this beautiful woman category, which was like made it so hard to even listen to, because it's coming from her. It was just like, you don't get to have this conversation. You should be nice and polite if we're going based on what you look like. I'm just going to say that. And I know I'm not like I know I'm not a great looking dude in my own right, but I also understand that I stay in my own personal lane. The one thing that she's talking about is the idea that to women, the long nails, the eyelashes, the build a body, they think that that's something that a dude genuinely wants to be with and marry and have for the rest of their life. In reality, if I see a woman with long nails, especially when I was single, I think to my head, she can't cook. She can't clean the house with nails like that. I mean, these nails are 9-10 feet long. How do you just even take care of yourself with nails like that? If I see a woman that's putting on a ton of makeup and she's got these big old eyelashes on, that isn't what actually attracts a man to want to stay with you. I mean, even if you look at where they come from historically, they were used by women of the night because they were used to show like just youth and like being ready to lay down with you. If those are the things that men categorize that as, why would anyone in their right mind that's trying to find a relationship want to align themselves with that train of thought and that look? That's dumb. Like, it's just like no actual forethought. And the majority of men are not going to go out there and say, I want a less attractive woman so that I can get away with more. It's just that if the woman makes up for the deficits and not being at 10, maybe she's a 5, 6, 7, but she's a genuinely good person. That's the kind of person you can basically live your life with. That's the kind of person that when you're old, you had a surgery, they're going to make sure you're taken care of. And that's the same thing that you're going to do in return. If a girl is super attractive and super bad, but she's not there for you, she's only me, that can't go anywhere. It can't be a stable relationship because it's imbalanced. And just the idea that she thinks she's good looking to where she can have that conversation, she needs to just have a Coke and a smile. Damn, she is. Yeah. What does Kevin Samuel say? She's average at best, and that would be on a very good day for her.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that comment, Civil, man, and I don't even understand why we have such an issue with average. There's a whole bunch of average folks out here. That's let's call it what it is. That's the norm. Yeah, I know you can tell yourself in your mind you above and all that, and you do what you do. But I'm just like, I don't understand why people have such an issue with average. Like, I don't get it. But yeah, this is an ongoing issue, ongoing roadblock. But yeah, what I don't like is folks getting on this internet just spewing this stuff, and it's like it's baseless. Like, there's no facts behind what you're saying. Let's see, you haven't even sat down. I can even see if you actually sat down and talked to some fellas, and they was like, "Yeah, this is how we move, so we do." It's like, okay, I give you that. At least you got a source. But I'm like, I can tell, folks making these videos, they just trying to get clicks and views. It's like you just saying things, there's nothing to back it. So yeah, we just have no idea how to date. We have no structure when we date. Like, we just lazy daters. It's us all type of problems in there. But yeah, I don't know. But I wasn't staying on here all night, Lester. We're gonna wrap this on up. I done had enough. I'm tired of some of these folks just messing up the game, man. Really messing up the game. Yeah, we try to get on here, have these conversations, man, and try to impart some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Try to, provide a different way to look at this stuff or a different way to think about it. Because, you know what I'm saying, for some of us, like I said, we've got some of the results that some folks are saying that they're looking for. Yeah, they out here in this dating space, you know what I'm saying, bouncing from person to person. It's like, yeah, you come holler at me. I might be able to tell you a couple things, save you a little time. But yeah, we just, like I said, folks rather listen to these folks in these videos. The young lady said she listening to her auntie. Auntie probably single, so she over here telling you the wrong information and you listening to her. Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. But in order to fix it, like I said, we got to continue to bring it to light. And we got to affect some change, man. Simple as that. I'm coming across the top and the bottom, and we gone. Coco, what you want to say before we get out of here?
It's not much to say. I mean, Black people don't know how to date. I mean, period. Like, that's a statement. I mean, I'm ready to say that's a fact, because from what we've seen tonight, like, we really don't know what we're doing anymore. We genuinely don't know what we're doing. And of course, when we make these statements, they're general. So obviously, there are going to be people who fall in the category and people who don't. Okay, so if you don't fall in the category, we're obviously not talking about you. But per these videos, there are people who fall in this category. They don't know how to date. Like I said earlier, we've lost the plot. Like, you're supposed to be dating to get to know people. You're supposed to be dating to gauge compatibility. You're supposed to be dating. I mean, and it was supposed to be fun. There was supposed to be a fun, enjoyable element to dating. We've taken all the fun out of it. We don't want to talk on the phone. We don't want to meet for ice cream. We don't want to go on coffee dates. We don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to go, meet at the mall. We don't want to walk around. We don't want to just go catch a movie and then, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to just do the stuff that was just fun stuff, that it allows you to see a person in different elements. Like, it allows you to see what they were really like, what they were about. Like, we just don't even want to do that anymore. But then we want to complain about how men are this and men are that and women are this and women are that. Well, I mean, yeah, we are. You know why? Because, like, we lost the plot. Women don't even understand what they're supposed to be getting from a man. They don't even understand what a man's value add is. So it's just like, I would have to agree. We don't know how to date anymore. And that's why we don't have as many marriages. And, if men do continue to put their foot down and say they don't want to marry and they don't want to, then we're going to eventually, our numbers are going to dwindle. And then, where are we then? So, I mean, get it together or, we will just be lost. And then, like, it'll really be over.
That's real right there. That's real. Appreciate that closeout. B-Box, it's on you, man. What you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, just to kind of just jump over what Ms. Coco said. Yeah, we lost the plot. Anybody who asks me about, like, how or why would you date or marry somebody and, like, what's the criteria? I say personally, you should be with the person who, if a family member dies, they're with you. How do you see this person dealing with children and there's, like, issues with children? How would this person deal with you or deal with as a unit if somebody gets sick? What about a death of a child? Real stuff. that I've seen, not me personally, have gone through yet, but I've had friends who, especially married, these are things they've dealt with and they've gone through. Those are the things that really matter. And I just think that, man, it's just unfortunate that what we see around us, that it's all about the veneer, it seems like to me, and nothing about here. And we gotta get back to some of that. Again, I'm around people. Most of my friends are married. A lot of them they have children, and those are the things that matter to us. But on the outside, there's just a lot of chaos, and I don't know how you fix that. I don't know. I mean, this podcast is a step to it, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. No, we're definitely a step. Yeah, we are a step. But I said, of course, after the first step, then there's got to be some actions around it. And I think, just to respond to what you just said, B-Boxer, I think folks have to get, and I think we're very close. I think folks have to get tired enough, and then they will make a change. Yeah, because I said it's getting ugly out here. Yeah, but I'm starting to see some hints of desperation. I'm starting to see, some folks tapping out, saying, you know what, they want to get back in the game. You know what I'm saying? They want to act right now. They want a husband. Like, I'm starting to see some things change. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see some fellas. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to stop messing around with these chicks. I'm trying to get serious now. Like, I'm starting to see some things happening out here. So I think some people, they hitting that wall. And it's like, all right, we done played enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little, I want to change this up. So, yeah, it's starting to happen. It's slow, but it's starting to happen. And listen, I'm seeing more and more examples of it. So, yeah, it's coming. But yeah, it didn't have to turn out this way. I'm gonna cut over to Civil, and I'm gonna come back to Cove. Civil, it's on you, man. What you want to say before we get out of here?
I gotta agree with Beatboxer and Coco again. Like, we've gotten to a point to where everyone is just so inauthentic that by the time they realize that they've just been kind of made of an amalgamation of the internet, movies, and TV shows, that it's really late in the game and they're still asking for a high price. And like you mentioned, that wall, it's unfortunately undefeated. Now, when we get to talking about, do Black people know how to date? Unfortunately, in general, it's a skill that we lack now, especially because of the 70s and the 80s and the removal of like that masculine patriarchal figure from the household. So you don't really know what you're looking for. And that goes for both young men and young women. Young women don't know. They go to their aunts who are like a generation older than them. They don't know because the last time they saw a successful marriage was like grandma, grandpa, and they were together for 50, 60, 70 years. But then that lost generation there didn't have the ability to pass on the knowledge of how to be good at dating, how to date with intention, how to not waste your time, how to stay focused. Because the reality of the situation is together. And to me, I would say like a Black couple, a strong Black couple together, the earlier they get together, the further that they can go. And regardless of how much better a man thinks he is on his own going solo, I can tell you from firsthand experience, that is not the case. If you have a good, solid woman behind you, sky is literally the limit. And the only way to really correct this issue is for men to then pass that message along to their sons and their daughters. Because if that doesn't occur, it's just going to continuously get worse. And me, I'm saying this with vested interest because I do have children. I have a little girl, I have a little boy, and 100%, I want the world to get better so that they have more options when they get older versus just basically going out there into the woods and saying good luck to them. So episodes and podcasts like this definitely helps move the needle because people talk, maybe they get a different point of view, a different opinion, and then maybe they want to go ahead and try to work on themselves so that they can actually begin to turn the tide and learn how to date. But listening to these people online who are telling you do X, Y, and Z, and if you just take the time to think about it and listen and look at it from a perspective outside of just your own, it's quite obvious to see the people who are just talking for clicks and the people who genuinely want to help make the community stronger, better together.
That's real. No, that's real right there. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that closeout. Cole, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yes, to the topic. Black people don't know how to date. I think that's very true. I think the people that are still single, I just think we got some hurdles. I do feel like the intention and the intention / reason for marriage has been lost in the last couple of years. I do think the community doesn't value it as much. So I do think that contributes some aspects to it. I think there's going to be a long time until things turn around.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I feel that. Okay. Well,
I do think, and I have seen some posts recently, which I think is a good thing. Some posts, I did see some comments where some people were beginning to ask, like, why is this a topic, an issue in the Black community? Why is it not really being, traumatized amongst other communities, as publicly as it is ours? So I do think people are starting to ask those questions. That's a start, but it's like, okay, let's get some action behind that. I do think some people need to be open to arranged marriages, though. Don't lie.
No, thank you.
He said, no, thank you.
Come on. We're going to have to drop the bomb on that one, Cole. Come on now.
I know.
But you know what? You're not lying, though. You're not lying. There's some validity to what you're saying. You know what, Cole? I'm going to put you on the spot, Cole.
Oh, Lord.
Put you on the spot.
Not at the end of the show.
No, it's all good. This it's not gonna be as bad as you think. I'm gonna put you on the spot right now and give you the platform. I want you to tell me one thing that men need to change that will help the dating space. One thing for the men. Give me one. What do the fellas need to change about what they doing out here that will improve the dating space from the female perspective? Give me one.
So if we're following under the aspect of men leading and they set the tone, I would say one obvious thing that can be done is on the first date is set your intentions. Like, if you just want to be out there and be a hoe, just say that. And then let the person, decide what they want to do from there. But, like, let that be, within the first 5 sentences. Hey, I'm here for this. Do you want to continue to date?
That's real.
And I think,
that's real.
That'll start to change some things.
Okay. No, I appreciate that. No, that's spot on. So to the fellas out here who didn't hear what she said quit playing. So you come on this date with this young lady, let her know what it is up front, and then allow her the opportunity to make the decision if she wants to continue playing with you or if she want to move on to somebody who's a little more serious and intentional. But that's a valid point. Yep, as a man, you should make your intentions known and move as such. So no, I appreciate that, Cole. So I had to put you on the spot real quick, but like I said, that is a valid point. Because see, that's that game plan that we talk about. Yeah, but fellas, I'm saying they shouldn't be out here playing these games. Because I said it's not helping anybody's situation. All right. But yeah, man, with that being said, man, y'all got to work on y'all dating out here. I said, y'all need to sit down and listen to some folks who have achieved what you were trying to achieve, get you some real advice. Stop listening to a lot of this clownage that's in these videos out here that's circulating. I said, this stuff is not going to get y'all nowhere. Well, man, I said, we like to have a conversation, man. We're trying to move us in a better direction. We're trying to change our mindsets because that is where the problem is. It is how we are looking and thinking about these situations, and that is why they do not go how we want them to go. So until we make that change, it's going to be what it's going to be. But, man, shout out to my panel, man. Coco, Beatboxer, Cole, Civil, JR was on here earlier. Appreciate y'all holding me down on the panel, man. And shout out to everybody in the comments, all my YouTube folks, all my Facebook folks. This is Kandid Konvos, man. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that share, turn on your notifications so you know when we drop content, man. But once again, man, we back every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We're going to catch y'all next Wednesday.